Now, for some of you people who are thinking that, oh, Liverpool and Juventus are screwed, they got 0 shots on target, yada, yada, yada. You guys are sheep who don't realize that the Champions League is completely scripted. The fact of the matter is that UEFA is a business and they need to keep these ties interesting, so you are going to see teams not get results in the first leg. For instance, like Paris Saint-Germain, like Juventus and Liverpool, for example. Those teams are all going to come back, Real Madrid included. I'm still going with Real Madrid to come back. UEFA is keeping those ties interesting, and same with the Napoli-Barcelona draw. This is why the first leg is always the most difficult to predict in the UEFA Champions League. But interesting thing I've seen, the first Champions League knockout game of Juventus' last Champions League title, they lost the first leg 1-0. That was over at Madrid. Interesting enough, this year in 2019, 2020, Juventus just lost the first leg to Lyon 1-0, and then Juventus came back home and scored 2 goals in the second leg against Real Madrid in 1996. And the same thing is going to happen. We've seen it with Arsenal and PSV Eindhoven a year after losing the Champions League final, losing 1-0. And then North London rivals Tottenham lost 1-0 in the first leg to Red Bull Leipzig, a year removed from losing the Champions League final. So that is what's happening. Juventus are going to come back again. Juventus and Liverpool purposely really didn't put any shots on target once again, so they can keep these ties interesting and suspenseful. This is how they script the Champions League. Now, also, Lyon won the first game of their knockout campaign during the last Italian Champions League title. They won 1-0 that year. Now, just because they advanced doesn't mean they're going to advance this year. This is referencing the last time an Italian team won the Champions League. And the last time the Italian team won the Champions League, Lyon won the first leg of their round of 16 game 1-0. So we see how completely scripted the tie is going to be. In fact, Juventus are going to score a third goal at home. They're going to win the game 3-0 against Lyon. It is because in the Champions League table, I see that Lyon has a total of... Scrolling down. Lyon has a total of... Let's see, that's going to be... I thought they had... Or actually, I have to look at Juventus. So Juventus are going to score their 15th goal of... Actually, it's Paris Saint-Germain that equals 15 in Gematria. So I'm still going to go with 14 goals scored and 5 conceded. Forza Ronaldo has Gematria of 145. March the 17th. 17 is 8. 2020 is 4. March the 8th of... Actually, that is a 15 day. So don't be surprised if Juventus scored a third goal. I think they will. Because they came back against Madrid last year. Madrid is 31 and Atletico has Gematria of 31. So that 8-1, 10-1, whatever it is, 9-1, 10-1, 11-1. Go ahead and take it on Juventus because this is Cristiano Ronaldo's year. Juventus win the Champions League 24 years later. Juventus win the 6th Champions League game this year on a 6-day in numerology. It's because once again, March the 17th, 17 is 8, 2020 is 4, and so 15 is 6. So you know Juventus are going to win the match. If it's Juventus 2, Lyon 1, it's interesting that it is Lyon that has Gematria of 21. Now, it is Lione in Italian Gematria, that's 55. It's Buffon, that's 28. It's Turkey, it's Delik. It is Istanbul 20, for example. It is CR7, that is 28. You see what's happening right here? We have the script. Juventus are going to come back again like it did in their first Champions League tie against Real Madrid, coming back from 1-0. The same thing is going to happen here. It's just a different opponent. Now, the quarterfinals, this is why I'm going with Real Madrid to advance against City. Real Madrid to face off against Juventus. I imagine we have to see Real Madrid at some point for Juventus in this Champions League. That's what's going to be happening with Juventus. And now, let me talk about Liverpool here. Liverpool and Atletico Madrid. Liverpool up 2-1 against Atletico Madrid. Atletico are pushing men forward, and then Liverpool win the tie 3-1. And they win the second game 3-0. Because it's Georgian once again, and as I've mentioned, it's Atletico, and it is Madrid. It's all these things equal 31 in gematria. Paris Saint-Germain, I think, are going to win 3-0. Paris Saint-Germain 4-2 over Borussia Dortmund. PSG as gematria 42. PSG are going to come back. Liverpool are going to come back. Juventus are going to come back. Barring any surprises, Barcelona should be in the quarterfinals again. Real Madrid are going to come back against Manchester City. Madrid are going to they're going to be in the title hunt throughout the course of this year, but Madrid are going to be in the quarterfinals. Even though they don't have Ronaldo, I still have to win the Champions League knockout tie without Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, when I go to 1995-96 Juventus, I want you to see the dates of the first and second legs of that Champions League that season. Now, Juventus last Champions League title came when Michael Jordan won his fourth title. We talked about the Ronaldo Michael Jordan factor with Juventus, and the Juventus having the bull on the logo and Michael Jordan playing on the Bulls. Just going down to the Champions League, the first leg, losing 1-0 away to Real Madrid. Real Madrid's goal occurred in the 20th minute. The French guy on Lyon scored in under 30 minutes. He scored at around the 28th minute, I believe. I'm showing you how these matches are completely scripted, because the matches are scripted to keep the Champions League interesting and suspenseful. Lucas Toussaint scored in the 31st goal, and it was the 31st minute. And Juventus came back against Atletico Madrid last year, down 2-0. And now this is Lyon. Lyon actually did score when Mathis de Ligt was attending for his injury. Same thing's going to happen here. Juventus are going to score 2 goals to come back in the second leg. That's what happened over at Turin, Italy. 20 is 3, March is 3, 1996 is 7. Let's see, that's a 13-day in numerology. 9/1/96/25, that's 7. Actually, that is 2. So that's 12, so that is a 3-day. So the second leg against Madrid was a 12 3-day in numerology. Ronaldo was born on February the 5th of 1985. That's 23. He was born on a 12 3-day. And the final on May the 30th, when you do real numerology, is on a 12 3-day. And of course, the second leg being on a 6-day in numerology. Juventus' 6th win in the Champions League campaign en route to Ronaldo's 6th title. Juventus coming back against Lyon. Liverpool coming back against Atletico Madrid. Manchester City are going to come back and defeat Manchester City. When we go to Pep Guardiola, loss number 31 for Pep Guardiola against Madrid. So this tie should be interesting. I wonder if it's going to go into extra time. It's going to be really interesting to look out for. The end of Manchester City as we know it in this Champions League is really bound to happen here, because they're going to be banned in Europe and they're going to have to sell some guys. So this is what's happening for the second leg. This is what you're seeing numerologically with a lot of those games.